All right, diving headfirst into the world of motor vehicle parts advisors. You've sent over some seriously interesting stuff about this career, and well, frankly, I'm ready to get my hands greasy and figure out what this job really entails, beyond just, grabbing parts off dusty shelves.
Sounds like you're ready to become a mechanic, which is fantastic. We'll absolutely be exploring not just the surface level job description, but those nitty-gritty day-to-day realities. We'll uncover those unexpected skills that really set someone apart in this job. And yeah, we'll even tackle how to stand out in a job market that seems to be going, well, full AI.
Yeah, speaking of AI, it's kind of hard to ignore. But okay, when I picture a motor vehicle parts advisor, what comes to mind is, well, honestly, someone behind a counter at like a super busy auto parts store. Is that even close to accurate in 2024?
It's a good starting point for sure.
Yeah.
But the truth is, the reality is way more, well, expansive. I
Yeah.
mean, yeah, some people definitely work in those classic fast-paced retail settings, but you could just as easily find yourself at a dealership or even a bustling repair shop. Heck, you might even work remotely. This industry is changing fast.
Wait, working remotely, no, that's not something you hear every day.
Is
So
it?
we're talking online orders, like advising on parts from your home office?
You got it.
Yeah.
The industry is really embracing technology in some, well, some pretty amazing ways. Like take 3D printed parts, for instance. Those are becoming more and more common. And a good parts advisor needs to be in the know about, well, about their applications, sourcing, you name it.
Wow. Okay, that's a game changer.
Yeah.
It's like we're shifting from knowing how to rebuild a carburetor to understanding the ins and outs of like a custom printed fuel injector or something. This isn't your grandpa's auto carts world anymore.
You said it. And, that leads perfectly into how the role of parts advisor itself is changing. Those sources you sent from RoleCatcher actually do a great job of, breaking down that career trajectory,
Yep.
entry-level junior, intermediate senior. It gives us a really clear picture of how those responsibilities change as you move up.
Yeah, yeah, totally. I was actually really interested in how each of those stages really seem to emphasize like different skills. It's almost like a roadmap for anyone looking to grow professionally in this line of work.
100%. At that entry level, right, it's all about building a really solid foundation. We're talking about being able to help customers manage the inventory and even becoming really good at using industry standard software like those parts cataloging systems.
Right. So it's more than just knowing the names of car parts, huh? It's like you have to know how to navigate all the tech that keeps the whole business, the whole operation running. It's like those software skills are like a mechanic's wrench in this job, right?
Perfect analogy.
Right.
Okay. Then you move up to junior advisor, you start taking on more responsibility. We're talking handling those supplier orders, figuring out how to resolve customer complaints, even, showing the ropes to newer staff. You're not just learning the ropes anymore, you're teaching other people how to use them.
And I'd imagine that's where those problem-solving skills really kick into gear, right? Because let's be real, customers don't always call with easy questions or simple orders.
You're telling me. And then you hit that intermediate level. You're giving expert advice, managing how the inventory is flowing,
Mhm.
and even collaborating with other departments. You become like the go-to person for anything and everything related to parts.
Okay, so you're basically like the conductor of the parts orchestra at that point. Love that. Okay, but what about the folks who like reach that senior advisor level? What's that look like?
At that point, you're basically running the entire department. We're talking about developing the sales strategies, building those strong, lasting relationships with suppliers. You're essentially, the captain of the ship at that point.
Yeah.
But even at that level, the sources all really emphasize how important it is to stay on top of industry trends, new technologies, all those advancements. You can't fall behind.
So even at the very top, there's always something new to learn. Wow, it's like no matter how much of an expert you are, the automotive world's always going to throw a curveball your way. That's wild.
Exactly. And that's what keeps things interesting. This career path really does offer incredible growth potential. You can start with understanding the basics and end up managing departments, embracing crazy new technologies, you name it. It's a good time to be in the field.
So we've talked tech, right? But what about like the people skills? You're not just dealing with robots all day, are you?
You'd be surprised. I'm kidding, of course. But you're totally right. This role, it's all about people. In fact, one of the sources actually called out active listening as like a core skill for a motor vehicle parts advisor.
Okay, now that one threw me for a loop, I gotta admit. I mean, we're talking car
That-
parts here, not like therapy sessions. How does active listening even come into play?
Here's the thing. Think about it. A customer might come in and they're describing a symptom, not a specific part. Like they might say, my car, it makes this weird rattling when I go over bumps.
Right, right. They're not walking in saying, hey, I need a new strut mount.
Exactly. So a really skilled parts advisor, they need to listen, like really carefully. Ask those clarifying questions, Maybe even decipher some serious car talk to get to the bottom of what the customer actually needs.
So that's where the true expertise comes out, right? It's like being able to connect the dots between what the customer's telling you and the actual part that's causing the headache. It's like car whispering or something.
I like that car whispering. And then once you've got that need figured out, that's where those sales and marketing skills come in. That's huge in today's market, especially.
Yeah, true. I mean, there are so many brands out there. Like, for one single part, there are a ton of options. How do you even begin to, like, advise someone on what to choose?
That's where knowing your product inside and out is key. You might say, you might highlight the benefits of a certain brand, right? Or explain why this specific type of brake pad is, like, way better for their driving style. Or even, steer them towards something more durable, even if it costs a little more.
Okay, so it's not just about pushing what's on sale. It's more about, like, giving advice that's actually tailored to that person, building trust. Now, I get that you're not the one, under the hood actually fixing the car. But I did notice mechanical aptitude coming up a lot in what I read. Why is that so important if you're not the one actually turning the wrenches?
Because you really do need a good understanding of how all those parts work together as a system. That's crucial for giving advice that's, accurate. It's not enough to just know the name. You got to know how it interacts with everything else.
Okay, I get that, but can you give me an example? Like, how would that mechanical know-how actually play out, in the real world?
Sure. Let's say someone needs a new alternator,
Yeah.
right? Pretty common. But they also mentioned that their headlights have been dimming. So a parts advisor with that mechanical knowledge, they'd be able to recognize that, hey, those symptoms could mean there's a weak battery too. And they might suggest getting the battery tested, and boom, potentially save that customer another headache down the line.
That's such a good example. It's like preventative maintenance, but for your car. That's
Yeah.
wild. You're not just dealing with the problem at hand, you're thinking ahead. That's incredible.
And honestly, that kind of service, that's what builds loyalty. That's what sets a great parts advisor apart. It's about going above and beyond, not just filling an order, but being a resource, a problem solver that people can rely on.
Okay, so let's say you've got the skills, right? You've got the know-how, you love everything about cars, but how do you actually land a job in this field, especially with everyone talking about AI taking over, like the entire hiring process? It's a little intimidating.
Oh, absolutely. That's a great question because, the job hunt has become, it's a whole high-tech thing now. The stuff you sent over from RoleCatcher, it really opened my eyes to just how much AI is shaking things up when it comes to recruiting and hiring.
Yeah, and some of it was honestly a little, I don't know, intimidating, to be honest. Like, it's almost like you're up against, robots just to get your foot in the door.
It can definitely feel that way. But here's the thing, right? Technology, it's a tool. And like any tool, you can learn to use it to your advantage. You just got to know how to work it.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you even begin to, like, navigate this whole new world of, like, algorithms deciding who gets seen and who doesn't?
It all starts with understanding how the game works, right? So those applicant tracking systems, those AI-powered tools they're using to screen people, they're looking for specific things. Like
Right.
they want to see keyword skills that match up perfectly with what's in the job description. It's all about making it easy for the system to pick you.
So that, like, generic resume you've been using for every single job, that's probably not going to fly anymore, huh?
You got to tailor your CV now more than ever. It's like each application needs to be its own, like, custom job. Highlight the skills, the experience that matches what they're looking for. Don't be afraid to brag a little.
Okay, but that sounds like it could take forever. But I guess that's where, like, the tools you mentioned come in, right? Like RoleCatcher, their AI resume thing. That seems like it could be really helpful.
Right. It's like having a secret weapon.
Uh,
Seriously. It looks at your resume, compares it to the job you want, and it tells you, hey, you're missing this or this needs work. It's great.
so you can, like, basically pre-screen your own stuff before you even send it off to the robot recruiters. It's actually really cool.
Exactly. And don't forget about networking. Yeah, even in this whole digital world, it still matters. Platforms like RoleCatcher, they're awesome for meeting people in your field, researching companies. It's a good way to get your name and your skills in front of the right people.
So it's about, like, Working smarter, not harder,
Right.
right? Using the tech to help you, but not forgetting that behind those algorithms, it's still people making the decisions.
100%. And those human connections, building relationships, showing your passion, that
Yeah.
stuff still makes a difference. Don't ever lose sight of that.
Okay, we've covered so much ground here. From like 3D printed car parts to AI taking over resumes. It's a lot. But let's like bring it back to our listener, right? Why does all of this even matter?
Because it's about, finding a job that you can not only do well, but that you enjoy. And this motor vehicle parts advisor role,
Yeah.
it's a good one. And with all the changes happening in the industry, it's not going anywhere anytime soon.
And it's a career path with like some serious staying power.
Right.
The projections are showing a growth rate of like 2% over the next 10 years. People are always going to need cars, and cars, well, they're always going to need parts.
You said it. But here's the thing to remember. Even with all the automation, it's those people skills. Those are what really set you apart. That's what people remember.
Those really strong customer service skills, being able to like connect with people, solve their problems, go above and beyond, all that stuff, that's what makes a motor vehicle parts advisor, truly great and irreplaceable.
Couldn't have said it better myself. It's about taking your passion for cars, that technical knowledge you have, those people skills, and turning it all into a career that, honestly, it's a good one.
Absolutely. And hey, here's something I want you all to think about as you head out into the world. We talked about electric cars, right? And the self-driving cars. How do you think all of that is going to shape the future of the motor vehicle parts advisor? What new skills will they need? What opportunities will pop up? It's going to be interesting to see. Keep those brains running. And until next time, happy learning.